Hello, I'm here with the wonderful Kim Coates and the amazing Orlando Jones. Today is, we're getting ready to kick off Shomi, which is an exciting new streaming service in Canada. And two of the shows that are going to be on, we've got Sleepy Hollow and Sons of Anarchy. So first off, both of your shows have huge cult followings. One is about to wind down, one is still kind of ramping up. Bringing in a new fan base, opening us up to people who may not have caught it from the beginning. What's it like for you being able to have this opportunity for people to hop on board, although it's already in progress?
It's really cool because I think, that's what Shomi ultimately is. It's an opportunity for you to jump into these stories and follow them to your heart's content. And you're no longer bound by any rules. It can be whenever you have time, pick up any device you have, log in to Shomi, and they will show you content that is being curated by a really cool group of people. And you get to find stuff like Son of Anarchy or, and that beautifulness over here or me. And
who doesn't want to binge on these two boys?
That's good.
Really?
Right?
Most definitely.
Right.
And experiencing a journey like Tig's over the years, they're going to be people experiencing that for the first time, going from kind of the brutality to the sad clown to possibly finding love.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's a
Yeah.
compliment. I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think, Orlando and I have been saying this all day, and we'll say it for many more, hopefully, years to come. Honestly, Shomi is that kind of place now where you can, and I think for Sons of Anarchy, you can start right now if you want on season 5 or season 7 for a second, but you shouldn't.
No.
You should go back. It really is a soap opera, episodic thing that you should literally watch from the beginning. And Shomi is the kind of device that now you can do that. And by getting caught up, as Orlando said so brilliantly, at your own time, your own pace, your own device, before you know it, you'll be caught up on season 7 for the 10th episode. So you can't miss the last 3 of what's been a pretty epic ride for the show.
Yeah.
Like you solved the problem that ultimately, it's so funny, I talked to my mother today and she was like, I just don't know what to watch anymore. That's her complaint now. She's like, I watch you, but I just don't know what
because
else
it's
to
so
watch.
much, or she doesn't know how to
It's
go.
too much for her to filter through all of that, you know what I mean? So she's always asking me to say, well, what do you watch? So I'm constantly going, well, I think you would like this, or whatever. But I think it's so cool that there's a platform now that's what they're doing. They're showing you, curated playlists and what your friends are watching, what I might be like, what he might like, where we can all sort of share these stories that appeal to us. It's really cool.
Frank Irving also has a really awesome arc on the series where, going into it, he's not exactly sure where things stand, what's going on, and people being able to, you can say to someone, oh, I haven't been watching Sleepy Hollow, but now you can go and you can see how he ended up where he is now.
Yeah, it's a really crazy story for him. In
Yeah.
a very short period of time, he has completely lost faith. And so, given being the guy who began this show as the voice of the audience, there is no headless horseman. Y'all are all crazy. Quit talking like you ain't got no sense.
And you mean it when you say
Oh,
it. You mean it.
very serious. I mean, because what he's gonna do? Go to his boss and go, see, here's what happened. Remember when the sheriff got his head cut off and then they cut the other dude's head off? It was a demon controlling the headless horseman. That's what it was. It wasn't a cult, it wasn't a gang. So that's a crazy thing. So, to become a believer, he paid the ultimate cost,
And
he lost everything.
Both of these series kind of have some literary roots, which is kind of cool. With Sleepy Hollow and one of the most famous tales out there, and
100%.
Hamlet. Like, that's 2 of the
100%.
greatest stories out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's still enduring.
Yeah.
And still doing what I think Shomi is endeavoring to do, and I think will be very successful at, which is this telling of Hamlet was equally as compelling with beautiful wrinkles and wonderful characters as is this telling of Sleepy Hollow. And the fact that there's now a place to go where we can just share those stories like that, those classics retold.
And isn't it great that they are doing it with, as you just said, classics?
Yeah.
So we're not just going to reboot something and do it the same way with different actors in a different kind. We're going to take a story, a tale, a play, that we've seen maybe a million times and do
Absolutely.
something completely different with perhaps the same type of, or maybe not, ending. Like for my show, we literally wrapped 3
Yeah.
days ago. Literally pulled the plug on 7 seasons. I can't tell you anything.
I know.
Don't ask me. It's not happening. But I will say that because Kurt Sutter wanted to get away from the Hamlet thing because
Yeah.
there was a lot of interviewers and reviewers who wanted to keep coming back to that.
Yeah.
And in a way, you know, everyone thought, oh, Ryan Hurst, he's Horatio. Well, he died in the 5th season. So he's not Horatio because Horatio is the only one who really lives at the end of
Yeah.
Hamlet. So there is just pockets of things, which I know you're
Absolutely, very
right.
much. Very much, very much. Little trinkets, little. I mean, I call it different versions of the same story. It's good. One of the things I was giggling about when we were talking about, you know, the platform and the shows we're on and how it's sort of all coming together is thinking about like 3 movies I really like a lot: Avatar, District 9, and Dances with Wolves. All the same story,
And I never thought about that until Anna said that. They are.
right?
Wow.
Right?
Right?
All the same
Think about
story.
that.
You just
Told
blew my
3
mind.
entirely different
Right.
ways by
Yep.
3 different artists. That's such a cool list to be able to curate those type of stories when,
Yeah.
and seeing how those different people told them. That's fascinating to me that you could curate your show with Hamlet and see the similarities and the differences and look at the other colors that are within it. You know what I mean? That's what's so crazy about being able to show people content and share it.
Yeah. With Sons having just wrapped, I'm guessing that that's a life-changing series. How much of that is going to carry on with you through everything else? Like, is this going to be a new bar that you're going to hold everything up against?
It's too early to tell,
Okay.
you know, but I will say this, that my love for television, cable in my palpable experience last 7 years is something I'll never forget. I was a movie guy, and I still am, and I always will be. But my taking a chance on playing a lead for the first time that I wanted to on a show that didn't always go Tig's way, I mean, a little less here, then really great, then a little less. But I was part of an ensemble that we will always take home with us. So if I get to, you know, see you in a year and we talk, I'll let you know how I feel about the absolute, you know, the remnants of the end of such an epic 7 seasons. People will be able to on Shomi and buy the DVD, have that for the rest of their lives. 3 years from now, they can go back to the cabin and let's watch season 3 again, honey. And they will.
Yeah.
And it'll be a nice thing to look forward to for the fans.
What I think is really exciting for you is fans of yours from your more comedic works search for you and find Sleepy Hollow and discover you in this completely different and phenomenal role. Like,
So
She just said phenomenal.
it's
good.
Did you hear that?
you
Yeah,
you
but
guys do play 2 of
phenomenal.
my favorite characters, so
That's first
Two
of
of
all.
our favorite characters.
yeah.
Did you hear that?
I can't.
It's too hard for you.
I can't do it. I can't. I'm my granddaddy. I just can't. You know what I mean? There's
No,
certain-
come on, answer the question. Dramatic role. Come on.
Listen, I don't think it's as big a deal as I understand that I should. You know, because I see Drumline as such a different thing. I see them all as such different things. I mean, I really see Time Machine as a very different thing, you know, on the dramatic scale. Or Liberty Heights, you know, which Adrian Brody and I and Joe Montagna did together so many years ago. So I feel like I've had the opportunity and I've been blessed that I've been able to portray a lot of different characters. That's all.
And you have, but isn't that interesting that it's again a television series? That people maybe haven't seen your independent amazing
Yeah,
work that you and I.
you're right.
You know, people go, oh wow, Tig Traeger. Well, actually, I've never played Tig before,
So-
but I've played so many.
So
different-
many.
that people maybe. But the power of television.
Completely.
Of a great series like you are on your way to, if you haven't already reached that already, and we certainly have with the length of what we've done.
Without question.
It's people take you home into their bedrooms.
Totally.
Right.
So, by the way, and I think you're right. I mean, it is the power of that medium. And I think the last time I was on that medium was on the same network doing Mad TV. So, for me, it's
That's so
completely
great.
like,
Oh, that's just-
okay, whoa. So I'm doing
Forget
a
about
sketch comedy show, and now I'm doing a 1-hour drama. It's fun. I mean, but it's only fun because the part that I really get off on more than anything else is the part where I get to create a character and tell this human's journey and figure out how they walk and how they talk and what their tics are and all that kind of jazz. I mean, it is sort of the fun of it.
Yeah.
You know, but mostly the secret that they're hiding, you know.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I can't wait to see more of Frank. I can't wait for the final
Thanks.
episodes of Sons.
I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thanks.
My holdout is that it ends with Tig and Venus riding off into the sunset, but that's just my dream. That's my dream ending.
My lips are sealed. My lips are sealed.
Thank you so much.